To Elizabeth Manley. We all watched that last night and were tremendously thrilled. Today, of course, we've got another medal on the line, a couple of medals, as a matter of fact, here at the Olympic Saddle Dome. It's a must-win situation in the morning game for Sweden. If they lose, they are out of the medals. They'll be playing West Germany. If they win, they're in position for a silver, pending a game between Finland and the Soviet Union tonight. Finland, of course, this afternoon, rather. Finland must lose that one. The Soviets already have the gold medal. Finland, we know, will win a medal. Will Canada? That's the question to be answered. If Sweden loses here, and Carl Friesen's going to be the man of the hour because he's in goal for West Germany, the Winnipeg-born goaltender, and he's going to be the big story if Canada is to win this game, or at least Canada is to win a medal, and Sweden, of course, would have to lose to Friesen and the West Germans. Well, play is underway, and here's Dan Kelly with Brad Park.
Okay, Ron Roosh, we need an Elizabeth Manley performance from West Germany here today. That's what we need. West Germany in white on the attack. Here is Dieter Hagen moving in, dropping it to Gerd Trunchka. Centered one, but there for Sweden was Tommy Samuelsson to break it up. And Sweden, in the dark blue uniforms with the yellow trim, come to center into the West German zone. And Niederberger is back to get it. And it's fed to Steiger, number 24. 5 Canadians on this West German squad, including the goaltender Carl Friesen, who's from Winnipeg. So you can bet they'd be liking to beat Sweden for a couple of reasons, and one, to help Canada. There's Friesen with a stop and a shot from the point by Lars Carlson. Back is Peter Anderson to Carlson. Back in front of the net for number 12, Mikael Anderson. Now to Peter Anderson, number 19. Into center ice to Lars Gunnar Pettersson, but Joel Mecklin went in ahead of the play and was offside. Meanwhile, Carl Friesen made the stop anyway, but the play was offside. Brad Park, we need a little help from West Germany here today. They have to beat Sweden if Canada wants to win a bronze medal, and you know they want to win that badly.
Well, they do, and the West Germans have probably pulled the biggest upset here in the first game of the tournament when they beat Czechoslovakia. Now, what we need is the same type of effort, the same kind of luck by the West Germans against the Swedes. We do know the Swedes are a better hockey club.
Here's a chance for West Germany. Big, big save by the Swedish goaltender there, Peter Lindmark. And then it's cleared down the ice with Price back to get it. Well, that's the best scoring chance for either team in this game today. And a big, big save by Lindmark for Sweden.
Watch here is Franz, number 28. York Franz moves in on Lindmark, and Lindmark just stones him. If he had got that puck up probably about 18 inches higher, West Germany would have a big lead early in the game. But the Swedes, as we said before, is going to be a very, very hard team for this club to beat. They have a lot more talent offensively, and the West Germans are coming off a couple of big defeats.
They have been badly beaten in their last couple of games, 8-0 to Finland and 8-1 to Canada. Now a jam up on the boards, and we're going to get a penalty. The referee, by the way, is Dennis LaRue of the United States. The linesman, Igor Prusov of the Soviet Union, and Korensnig of Austria. And double penalties on the play. Obresa for West Germany goes to the penalty box. And each team will be a man short. Obresa for West Germany, and I believe Rundqvist. No, it's Kielstrom for West Germany.
A little infighting along the boards there, Dan. One of the things that the West Germans are capable of doing is playing a very physical game and throwing another team off of their game, and they've done that against the Czechs. But against the Swedes, I think the Swedes, with the NHL experience that they have on the club, are probably a little bit mentally tougher than the Czechs.
So the penalties, Obresa of West Germany and Kielstrom of Sweden. Minor penalties for roughing, 1:53 the time. Each team a man short. Here's Manfred Wolf getting it into Sweden's zone. Samuelsson crashed into the boards, and Anders Eldebrink has it for Sweden. Each team a man short. It's left for Samuelsson. Samuelsson feeding it ahead on left wing for Lars Molin. He moves into the corner for Ulf Sandstrom. He couldn't get it, and Manfred Wolf, one of 5 Canadians on this West German squad, drops it back to Peter Medikas, number 6. Now over to Schuster, number 5. Schuster Feeding it into center ice for Rutger, another of the Canadian contingent. He lost it, and back comes Sweden. Sandstrom just fires it in. And Friesen leaves it behind the net. Bedikas knocks it off to Niederberger, number 19. Now on right wing for their top scorer, Gert Trunchka. Breakaway for Steiger, and Lindmark stayed with him, and the shot went off his pad wide of the net.
Just a little bit too far for him. He had to chase the puck towards the net and got in too close.
Here is a chance for Sweden, but broken up by Steiger. Now poked ahead by Udo Kiesling. Their top defenseman leaves it there for Trunchka. Trunchka to Steiger. Steiger turns, shoots, stick save Lindmark, and he cleared it into the corner. Niederberger in forechecking, but back of the Sweden goal goes Peter Anderson, now carrying out. Anderson, number 19. Checked in the play by Niederberger. And now a little behind the back pass from Trunchka to Kiesling. Udo Kiesling's long shot handled by Lindmark. And back is Eldebrink. In the corner, stolen by Sweden. Steiger a shot at Lindmark. That stick save there, and that's two good chances on this shift by Steiger.
Swedes look a little flat. They look like Canada did the other day before they got their act together.
Long pass at center ice. Harold Price intercepting. Feeding it ahead. Trying to move in. They knock it behind Sweden goal, but then Eklund shot it into center ice. Kretschmer, number 15. Over to Obresa. The teams are back at full strength now, by the way. Here comes Eklund for Sweden. Moves in, and it's cleared out by Kreis. Well, so far in the game, West Germany's had the 3 good chances. Sweden only 1. Here comes Anderson for Sweden into the zone. And he's checked from behind as George Franz goes back to get it. Cleared it, held in, but now Kreis carries out for West Germany. Kreis feeding it through. Too far for Franz. He had one of the early chances. Now centered to Brittig. Never got the shot off as he was checked by this man Eklund, number 4. Tom Eklund. Couldn't shoot it in. And here's Gerd Trunchka, one of 2 brothers on the West German squad. Shot it to the Swedish blue line. Back for Sweden comes Johansson, number 25. Couldn't get it centered. Now back of the net, Uhling. Now the veteran Bo Berglund works into the corner. Gets it to Uhling at the point. He's checked, and it's fired into center ice by Kreis. Well, Canada needs an assist from West Germany. So far, West Germany's outplayed Sweden.
I'll tell you, they're giving it the effort. They're not as talented. That's very clear. They're not as fast as the Swedes, but they're working, and they're working the way they did against Czechoslovakia to open this tournament. That was the upset that put Czechoslovakia in the hole of one they couldn't take themselves out of.
West Germany has never beaten Sweden in Olympic play. At Izvestia, it was a close game. Sweden won 3-2. This one is scoreless as now Manfred Wolf, number 11 for West Germany. Fires it in. Niederberger, number 19, chasing in after it. Into the corner for Gerd Trunchka. Out in front. Gerd Trunchka checked by Berglund. Now here's Wolf into the corner. Centered. Nobody could get it, and it comes out to center ice. Fans getting behind this West German squad as Bedikas fires it in. Lindmark held onto it, and we get a stoppage in play. No score here in the early minutes of this game. We'll be right back.
I am bronze. I live in faces burned by sun on snow and by winter wind.
I am silver. I live in light reflected from the blades and from the ice.
I am gold. I live in every athlete's efforts and in their dreams and skills.
We are Olympic colors, and we live in Kodak film, the official film of the 1988 Olympic Winter Games.
Here's Sweden on the attack, trying to center it back. Now they do drop it back. Carlson at the point, shot, and Friesen goes to his knees to make the save for West Germany and for Canada.
Yeah, go Canada, go. Here it is. the screenshot. Good save by Friesen. He's right there. He's a key. When he is hot, he's the best. He's as good a goaltender in this tournament. I can't say the best when you think of Moog and Burke, but he had a very hot game against Czechoslovakia. He's had a bad game in this tournament as well. But as I say, when he's on his game, when he's up, he's difficult to beat.
Face-off deep in West Germany's zone, off to the left of Friesen, and it's controlled from the face-off by number 19, Niederberger. He leaves it there. Now starts to carry out this Niederberger. Up the middle, Steiger tried to poke it ahead, but Sweden knocked that down, and back they come, led by Rundqvist. In across the line now on the left wing side for Bergqvist. He's checked by Kiesling. Bergqvist getting it back to the net. Here's Södergren centering it. Knocked down in front by Rundqvist. Now a shot by Bergqvist and a big pad save by Friesen. 29-year-old native of Winnipeg. Sweden hold it in. Södergren and another kick save with that left leg by Friesen.
I'll tell you something, he looks hot to me.
There's Eriksson at the point firing it in. And now Gerd Trunska breaks out for West Germany to Niederberger. Niederberger over to Trunska. Shot back into center ice by Eriksson. And now West Germany dropped back. Dieter Hagen back for Niederberger over onto the other wing. Now back to Niederberger again. Into number 24, Steiger. Steiger feeds Gerd Trunska. Shot it into the zone, but back defensively was Samuelsson. Feeds on right wing to Lars Gunnar Pettersson. Shoots. Pad save by that goaltender Friesen again. And West Germany Obresa leaving it for Gerd Trunska. Trunska with 3 goals and 6 assists. He's West Germany's top scorer. But right now, Eldebrink feeding it down left wing for Pettersson. Pettersson tried to center, did, but knocked away by Kretschmer. Now into the other corner, Franz, number 28, hits a perfect pass ahead to Schiller. Peter Schiller, number 26. Couldn't get it into the zone, and the veteran Bo Berglund back for Sweden. Checked on the play by Kretschmer, number 15. Over on left wing for Franz, number 28. No score. We're past the 9-minute mark of this game. Shut down the ice by West Germany. Back is Carlson. He clears it into center ice, and here comes Oling, number 11. Tried to go through the defense. Checked on the play by Niederberger. And Niederberger, number 19, wastes no time in firing it out to center ice.
Well, you know, the Canadians on this German team know a whole country's watching them today. They have the attention and the hopes that their country will, of course, beat them.
That shot was by Peter Anderson. Friesen another pad save. He's looked very sharp. Schiller clears it out of there for West Germany.
And, of course, with that attention, I think that tends to get you up a little bit.
No score here. We're approaching the 10-minute mark. We'll be right back. West Germany, Manfred Wolf shooting it in, but Lindmark out of the net to fire it back out to center ice. Schuster back at his own line to Mendikas. Now here's Lars Molin, number 26 for Sweden. In on left wing for Yam. Into the corner for Sandstrom. Sandstrom checked, and another of the Canadians on the West German squad, Fischer, over to Mendikas. Long pass, misses Manfred Wolf. Goes down the ice, and Eriksson is back to get it. Sweden favored to win this game, but West Germany right now holding them to a standstill, no score. This is Eriksson, number 27. Sweden trying to feed it out to Rundqvist. Now ahead to Bergqvist. Shoots one, blocked by Kiesling, the captain and the veteran of this squad. Puck came outside the blue line, Carried back in offside by that man, Anders Eldebrink, who's had 8 points in this series and has been outstanding.
Well, somewhere this afternoon, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you, and we'll kind of get together and see if we can name our own unofficial tournament all-star team. There's a guy who'll have to go on the list for consideration. Eldebrink has been terrific. I'm sure he's shocked a few people in Vancouver and Quebec who had him at various times in his career, or in Vancouver mostly. He's just played great hockey.
Samuelson a shot. Save made by Friesen. And back comes Niederberger. On right wing for Steiger. Ahead to Hagen. Into the Swedish zone and back after it is Samuelson. Leaving it for Rundqvist. Rundqvist ahead on right wing for Eldebrink, the man that we were just talking about, but he's checked by Niederberger. It's fired into center ice. Bergquist has it. Knocked away by Steiger, and here's Trunska trying to get it back to Steiger, but Bergquist is there for Sweden. Now stolen by Trunska. Trunska behind the net trying to work it in front. Here's Steiger in front. They score! Dieter Hagen! West Germany takes the lead.
The one thing that happened, listen to this crowd. And I'll tell you something, they're not all Germans out there. What a good play, too. Nicely worked. They went back against the flow here. Now threw it behind, and he's coming with the flow as well. Got the defense turned around, and Hagen was alone in front.
Well, what a pass come out front here to Hagen, and he just drilled it home by Lindmark. It was from Trunska to Steiger to Hagen. A beautiful passing play. It was just a bing, and very, very hard to defense against.
The time, 11:45.
So Dieter Hagen, 25-year-old player who plays with Cologne in the West German League, gives the West Germans the lead, and now West Germany attack again, but go offside on the play. The scoring play, Hagen, his 4th goal of these Olympics. Steiger and Trunska get assists. 11:45 the time.
Here it is again. Now, the other day against Canada, when Canada got all over this German team, the one thing that happened is almost the same pattern as this one. Germany kept taking, look at this. Coach loves them.
Right. You want a long-term contract now, or you want to wait till after the game?
Attaboy Dieter. Here comes West Germany firing it in. Kiesling, or at least the Swedish defenseman Eklund, cleared it. Out of the goal comes Friesen. He took no chance as he smothered it before Pettersson could get to it. West Germany's helping Canada. They're leading 1-0.
While the country is going to sleep, Purolator Courier is hard at work. 7,000 Canadian employees working from 84 terminals across Canada, all dedicated to fast, dependable delivery of your packages, virtually anywhere in Canada and the world. No other courier can match the scope and service of Purolator Courier. Why waste time with anyone else? Call us.
West Germany 1, Sweden 0. Canada need West Germany to win this game if they want to win a medal. And so far, the West Germans have cooperated. Here comes Schiller. Long shot. Lindmark the save on that. Big rebound, and back to get it is Pettersson. And it's fired out to center ice by Lars Carlson. And Kretschmer, number 15, goes back to get it. Icing against Sweden. Shots on goal favors Sweden 7-5. As you look at Sandlin, the Swedish coach, but it's West Germany leading 1-0.
He's got to be wondering. We mentioned the game the other day. Canada was outshot in the first period by Germany 17-7. But Canada got a late goal in that period and led 1-0 going into the second. Now Hagen scored to tie that game up, but then Canada won 7 straight. What happened, of course, was Canada got the goaltending in that first period, and Germany couldn't get on the board. In this game, Germany has gotten on the board. They're now playing with a lead, and it may change the atmosphere. I'll tell you, they're tough, these Germans. They're trying hard.
Sweden from the face-off with a lead pass from Johansson into center ice for Oling. Oling into the corner. Kiesling took him out of the play. And now Brittig back of the net on left wing for Draisaitl. Into center ice, Draisaitl trying to feed it through, but there was Johansson to break it up, and back he comes. Johansson upended by Kiesling with a hip check. And Niederberger tries to carry out for West Germany to Gerd Trunska. He gets up into the center ice. And now Niederberger drops it back for Kiesling. Number 4. He's playing in his 4th Olympics, this Udo Kiesling. Back to Niederberger. Now Kiesling again. On right wing for Manfred Wolf. Actually, it is Gert Trunska who gets the pass. Shoots it in. Unable to get it was Rudger. Now it's shot back of the net, and Kielström for Sweden starts to carry out. Gets knocked down, but shot at the center. And Medikas is back to get it. He gives it to Schuster. The Wolf at center, broken up by Kielström and carried in. But Medikas is back for West Germany. Trying to get it out. Held in by Samuelsson. In for Sandstrom, I should say. Back of the net now to Yam, number 14. He's checked, and Schuster for West Germany tried to clear it. Held in, now knocked down by Schuster again. And the big defenseman carries it to center, but was checked by Lars Bolin. Back on left wing comes Eldebrink. He's checked, and then it's shot to center ice. Taken there by Samuelsson, carried in for Sweden to Sandstrom. He's checked. Now a Eldebrink shot. Save made by Friesen. Rebound to Moline. To Eldebrink. Off the blocker of Friesen and into the corner. Medikas trying to clear it out. And that's Moline holding it in. Schuster back to get it. Manfred Schuster for West Germany. 5 minutes left in the first period. West Germany leads 1-0. Pass to Dieter Medikas. He dropped it back, and Dieter Hagen, who has the goal for West Germany, stick handles beautifully to center ice. To Gerd Trunska. Trunska over to Hagen. Shoots. Shot it wide on the short side. I'm not sure if Lindmark got a piece of it or not.
Seemed to pull away from the post. I think he thought he was going across with a pass.
He went on the short side, and he hit just left of the post. Very, very close to getting a goal.
Here's Bergqvist for Sweden. He shoots wide, as he also tried for the short side. Now Steiger able to clear it into center ice. Sweden with Carlson trying to carry in. He gets checked. Niederberger couldn't get it out of the zone. Bergqvist into Södergren, but back there is Kiesling, number 4. The veteran of this West German squad, and he shot at the center ice. Back comes Rundqvist. Pass to Södergren, missed him. Carlson closing in. Shoots, pad save, Friesen. And Kiesling cleared it away, but we're going to get a penalty on the play, a holding call, as Södergren got yanked out of the slot area. West Germany leads 1-0.
She was 6 when this was taken.
The only photo of a missing child.
That's all that we have.
Don't worry. This way, please.
What does she look like today?
There you go, Betty. She'll take care of it.
In an experimental project with the Metro Toronto Police, technology from IBM is helping age their pictures.
She's got fangs.
It used to take me 80 hours to draw this.
Where was it developed?
Now it only takes 30 minutes.
It's her.
Yeah.
In Canada, by IBM.
Number 17, Gerd Trunska gets a holding penalty. 16:06 the time.
There it is, right at the side of the net.
Sweden trailing and on a power play right now. Into the corner is Anderson. Back of the net for Eklund. He missed it. Well, Carlson held it in, and here's Eklund in the corner. Now back on the point to Eldebrink. Left wing pass to Mikael Anderson. Back to Eldebrink. Shooting. Friesen a save. Went to his knees. Just held onto it.
Well, I can't remember a game with a period going as rapidly as this one. We're going to get a first period here, barring a bunch of whistles in the final moments here. That's going to be played in less than half an hour.
We're getting all the bounces here as that shot was deflected off the man in front, went off his skate and deflected up and under the arm of Carl Friesen. So the breaks that the West Germans are getting right now, even been on this killing this penalty, is substantial.
Sweden through this tournament, 3 for 16 on the power play. And they're on a power play right now. 1:33 left in Gerd Trunska's penalty. Sweden with Eldebrink centered. Pettersson shot. Blocked by the man in front of the net, Kretschmer, with a big block. And then West Germany cleared out of there.
He's on the limp. He took that one in a place where it hurt. Still out there. He's shaking off his left leg as if that's bothering him a bit. But he stayed on the ice.
Here comes Eldebrink for Sweden. Trying Trying to wind it around to the other side. Now back on the point to Carlson. Back to Carlson again to Eldebrink. Shooting, and a stick save by Friesen there. Penalty coming up to Sweden as Kretzmer got upended on the play. And the penalty coming up, and each team will be a man short. So far, so good. West Germany leads 1-0.
Amsterdam is a Canadian city.
Hong Kong is a Canadian city.
Roma is Canadian city.
Rio is a Canadian city.
Sydney. It's a Canadian city, mate.
You can enjoy our Canadian hospitality across 5 continents.
The penalty is against Eklund for interference. 17-12 the time. So each team a man short. West Germany leading 1-0. Sweden try and dump it in. Johansson cleared it in, but back there is Kiesling. And now trying to carry out is number 23, Hagen, who's had the goal. Dieter Hagen for West Germany. Back to the point. Niederberger shooting. Lindmark. Big save on the short side. And then Hagen missed trying to center it after the original save on the short side by the goaltender, Lindmark. Each team a man short. Here comes Kielstrom moving it in for Sweden to Bo Berglund. Berglund gets checked. And Steiger has it for West Germany. Steiger over to Niederberger. Drops it to Steiger. Now Trunchka's back on, so West Germany on a power play. With 57 seconds left in the Swedish penalty to Eklund. Here comes Gerd Trunchka, their top offensive threat through this tournament. Got it into the zone, but it's cleared out, and Kiesling drops it back to Kreis at the West German blue line. Harold Kreis over to Kiesling. Back to Kreis. Headmanning it down right wing to Rutger. Into the zone, but there's Moline to slap it back out. Sweden a man short, so they can ice the puck. 23 seconds left in their penalty to Eklund. West Germany with Ron Fischer, number 7. Big lanky center iceman. Shoots it in. In comes Wolf to try and get it. Controlled by Samuelson. We're in the final minute of the first period. Still 1-0 West Germany. I guess, Ron, when I said so far so good, I'm speaking for Canada. I guess some Swedish people in the Canadian television audience wouldn't think so.
No, and it's not going well for Sweden right now. They're facing a goaltender who's hot, a team that is playing way above itself. And may I say that, you play for yourself first. And Germany's got its own sense of pride in its team and the league it comes from and so on. And while we mentioned that they're getting a nationwide, those 5, 6 Canadians that are on the team, a nationwide audience in Canada, they're in prime time back in Germany right now. The time is 20 minutes before 7 o'clock in the evening over there. And so they've got something going for it over there, too. They just love to beat Sweden right in front of a primetime audience on their own television network.
Here's Harold Kreis trying to shoot it off the boards. Got it ahead to number 22, Rutger, another of the Canadian players on the West German team, but it's offside, a 2-line variety. There's Rutger.
Roy Rutger, who is from Weston, Ontario, moved to Germany back in 1977. His folks were born in Germany. He played hockey out here on the prairies, the Prince Albert Raiders. Works for the Deutsches Bank over there now, and he is apparently going to stay over there after his career is done.
Team's back at full strength now. Lars Carlson into Södergren. Moves in and Friesen a save, and then Södergren ran right into the net and knocked it loose. Friesen with an excellent stick save on that rush by number 22, Södergren.
Well, Brad, what we're noticing here is extra effort. There just seems to be an awful lot of it for a team that isn't in the medal running.
Well, I think, watching the West Germans this period, they seem to have more jump and more energy than the Swedes. I don't understand that they both had a couple of days off, but they have more jump. And the Czechs, or the Swedes rather, played Friday. The West Germans played yesterday. The Swedes should be a little bit more rested. I don't understand this.
Long shot by Carlson, handled by Friesen. Held in by Rundqvist into Bergquist, who goes into the corner, given a rough ride by Niederberger, number 19. And it's held there, and we'll get a face-off with 11 seconds left in the period, the only scoring play. West Germany's Dieter Hagen, Steiger, and Gerd Trunska at 11:45 here in the first period.
Well, this is kind of like wondering whether the roof's going to fall in eventually. The Swedes are coming on a little bit here as the period has been winding down, but again, they're dealing with a problem, and that may be Friesen. Beyond everything else, a hot goaltender can destroy you. And Friesen has been untouchable. Shots on goal are 13-7 right now in favor of Sweden.
I mentioned West Germany has never defeated Sweden in Olympic hockey. The record is Sweden's 7 victories, no losses, and 2 ties. But they did tie in the '84 Olympics, 1-1. Here's a long shot. Save made by Friesen. And that ends the first period. Carl Friesen making that last save, and Sweden skate off, trailing West Germany 1-0 here after one period. As Ron mentioned, the shots on goal favored Sweden. The margin at the end of the period, 13-7 for Sweden, but Dieter Hagen's goal has given West Germany a 1-0 lead here after one period. Let's go to Dan Matheson now.
Thanks very much, Dan. Kelly, 2 other events are underway right now. The Nordic Combined got started very early this morning with the 70-meter jump. They have the 15K cross-country ski race later in the day. Also, the 4-man bobsleigh runs 3 and 4 underway. Now, just so you won't miss how any of these medals are decided, we are rolling tape on these items. We will show you how they transpired a little bit later today following the hockey game. More on Elizabeth Manley when we come back live on CTV.
Winning's easy. Give 110%, expect 110%. From yourself, everyone, everything. Speed Stick deodorant gives 110%. That's its edge. Why? It has no alcohol, and alcohol evaporates. Speed Stick protection doesn't evaporate even after 24 hours. Glides on dry in just a few strokes. That's 110% protection.
Speed Stick deodorant, the wide stick.
That's your edge.
This Harbeck kid looks good to me, Bob.
Now he's a darling of the fans this year. Look at that fluid motion towards the Ricoh laser printer.
And watch this move coming up on that Ricoh copier.
Yes, remember, he was all swivel chair in college.
He does know his office equipment.
His teammates call him Mr. Copier. There's why.
Hold on, Bob. He's attempting to fax one document to 3 cities. Whoa!
Whoa, wait a second. There's a 360 and another. What a show!
I'm looking for a perfect score on this,
That'll
Bob.
endear him to the fans forever. Oh, that's gonna cost him.
Judges, well, the scores aren't too bad. Maybe I'll Ricoh this year.
There's a beat in this land, it's there in all we do. That's why hands across the country reach for the blue. And when we get together, there's a taste that's clean and true. That's why we come with the blue.
Labatt's Blue is Pilsner brewed for that clean, true taste.
Yeah, when we come with the blue. It's time to call for your blue. It's time to call for the blue.
CTV Television Network presentation from Calgary, Alberta. The 15th Olympic Winter Games. Brought to you by Royal Bank, appointed official bank of the 15th Olympic Winter Games. Harvey's. Harvey's makes your hamburger a beautiful thing. And by Gillette, manufacturers of quality personal care products.
If you were watching last night on CTV, it was supposed to be the Battle of the Carmens. From East Germany, the elegant, the beautiful, the graceful Katharina Witt against American Debbie Thomas, the athlete. Well, somebody stole the show. Somebody came out of 3rd place and skated better than anyone else. A little Canadian from Ottawa by the name of Elizabeth Manley. Here's Johnny Esau.
What a dramatic ladies' championship it was as the gold medal went to Katharina Witt of East Germany, only the second lady ever to win back-to-back golds. But Elizabeth Manley really shook up the audience and all over the country by coming through and winning the long program. She wound up in second place, winning the second silver medal for Canada. But now let's go back and take a look at the bronze medal winner. This is Debbie Thomas from the United States.
There isn't a more disappointed skater here, I'm sure. It was really rather sad because I think she did expect to win the gold. And the press just hung on to the story of Witt and Thomas.
Well, when you're on the cover of Time magazine with a gold dress on the week before Olympics, all signs point to becoming the Olympic champion, but not tonight because she was basically outskated by Canada's Elizabeth Manley and Katarina Witt.
It's interesting as you see the conclusion of Debbie Thomas's performance, and we go to Elizabeth Manley, that Elizabeth Manley could have won the gold had Debbie Thomas beaten Katarina Witt. This is the finale for Elizabeth Manley. Her final 40 seconds, and she knows that she's home free at this point. She's done all the tough stuff, and here it's just a question of having a ball and turning on this audience.
And it was an educated skate, too. She didn't make needless moves, didn't take chances.
And there is the thrill of victory. Now for Katarina Witt. And some people like these kind of presentations by her. I like her when she's a little more athletic. But this was good enough to win the gold medal, and after all, that's the search that you all make.
It was quite daring of her to try a program like this at the Olympic Games because it was under a lot of scrutiny. Being very analytical were the judges because it was a different presentation for Katarina. But she pulled it off tonight, and she did do 4 triple jumps, so a very worthy gold medalist.
So with Katarina Witt, Elizabeth Manley, and Debbie Thomas, we had one of the all-time great skating competitions, I guess, in the history of the games.
Well, I certainly have never seen as good a ladies' event. I thought it was dynamite.
I thought it was going to be hard to top the 2 Bryans, like we said earlier, but these ladies certainly were able to do it.
And so, ladies, thanks for a great night, and now it's back to the studio.
I think it's ironic that Brian Orser's silver was a great disappointment to many Canadians, and Elizabeth Manley's silver was a big triumph. A couple of footnotes here. Charlene Wong, Canadian, was in 13th position, and Midori Ito of Japan skated a superb free program last night and finished in 3rd spot in the long program, finishing ahead of Debbie Thomas. We have some speed skating when we come back live on CTV.
This is the flame of victory, and we are the winners. Everyone who held the flame and shed a tear, who watched and cheered and dreamed a dream. Everyone who shared the flame, we are the winners. And the spirit of the flame is ours forever.
Share the flame.
Sometimes the most memorable part of a dining experience can be not too pleasant. Your check. At Swiss Chalet,
Welcome to Swiss Chalet.
there's pride in making every part of your visit a success. Our chicken broils slowly over real hardwood charcoal. The taste is unique. You'll feel you got more than your money's worth. That was great.
Your check?
At Swiss Chalet, we treat every visit like your first because we want you back.
Swiss Chalet, there's always value in a visit.
Selling your home can be an isolating experience. But with the Century 21 office, you may not wait long for your ship to come in.
Hello?
Rob, I'd like to bring a family over. How's Friday?
He's fine, thanks.
Mr. Crusoe, the Robinsons. They're a Swiss family, Robinson.
This place is really...
Last year, we put over 1 million buyers and sellers together, one home at a time. Century 21, the largest real estate organization in the world.
There's an interesting thing that happens when the glare of the Olympic spotlight hits athletes and all the pressure starts to fall on young shoulders. Sometimes champions are made. Champions come out of nowhere to win gold medals. Sometimes previous champions crumble. Karin Kanja of East Germany was supposed to sweep women's speed skating. Well, it hasn't happened. Someone from the Netherlands came by to take away her gold medal yesterday. Here's Ken Ewens and Tom Overend.
Yes, I was very surprised because these Germans are the best on this distance, especially Karin Kanja. And when I saw my time, it was very unexpected for me. So, but I felt myself strong in training too, so I thought a second place or a third place, but gold.
No world record tonight. Does that mean the ice was a little tougher tonight, a little heavier?
No, not the ice. I don't know why there was no world record, but I felt myself better than on the 3,000 meters after the race.
Now, what do you think about the 5,000 meters? Is that going to be just as easy for you or as good for you as the 3,000 meters?
I don't know. I only can tell that after the race tomorrow.
Well, what is your result so far in the 5,000 meters?
Well, I didn't have so much races this year because of my injury. And I was third on the European Championship. So I don't know.
One more gold and you'll be the female star of these Olympics.
I'll do my best for it, but we will see tomorrow.
More speed skating later today on CTV. We'll go back to the Saddle Dome when we return. Stay with us. Our live coverage of the 15th Winter Games continues.
Where all that's new, design with flair, everything you want to wear.
The Beige Shoe Spectacular has Bay Club, Jeunesse, and Avanti styles at just $19.99 and $29.99 a pair. Updated classics, sporty casuals, and a choice of spring colors. Fashion and quality at great prices.
Your fashion store, every day. That's why you believe in the Bay.
There are few guarantees of happy landings once you're out of the starting gate with a new car or truck. Until now. Introducing the new GM Total Warranty. It covers your new 1988 GM car or light-duty truck for a full 3 years or 80,000 kilometers. So you can take off into the wild blue yonder with total peace of mind. Get the full details at your dealer and join GM's Olympic celebration now.
Calgary. The hotels are packed, the restaurants crowded, and 40 Royal Bank branches are ready for anything.
A Royal Bank report from Calgary.
The Royals started planning for this years before the first Olympic visitors arrived. Out-of-town employees are standing by in case extra help is needed. Automated payroll services are in place for companies like ABC Television, here to cover the games for U.S. viewers. A Royal Bank language hotline has been organized to provide translation services. Personal touch banking machines with cross-Canada Interact connections are now also linked to a major U.S. network and programmed to accept bank cards from around the world. And arrangements were made long ago to store the most coveted awards in international sport in this Royal Bank vault. The people, the resources, the flexibility to respond to any challenge. That's the Royal. Proud to be appointed the official bank of the 15th Olympic Winter Games.
It is West Germany and Sweden playing hockey at the Saddle Dome right now. It is 1-0 Germans after one period of play. Should this game end in a tie, Canada still could win a medal. And I'm sure that sometime during the hockey game, Ron Roosh will attempt to explain that for us. But the best thing that could happen is if the Germans were to win. Ron's standing by right now at the Saddle Dome. He has a special guest. Ron?
Okay, thanks very much, Dan. And there you see the score. West Germany leading Sweden 1-0. You know, this has been a mammoth undertaking, this hockey tournament. They always are. You've got 12 teams involved. They go through 3 different venues. But the main venue has been the Saddle Dome. And the man in charge of all of that has been George Kingston. May I congratulate you first, George. It's gone off smoothly and without really a problem.
Yes, it has, actually. You know, when you hit the ice level, it's been very good. We've had some little glitches that the public don't see and that the teams don't see, but really, a mammoth undertaking is the best word, and it has gone very, very well.
You're a volunteer, as so many people are who are working for the Olympics. You're also coaching the University of Calgary Dinosaurs and in a playoff round right now at the same time that all of this is going on. Just tell me about the job. What are the major problems that you face?
Well, I think that it's really planning and organization, and I think that the nice thing about it, I have a great group of volunteers. So the tournament itself has gone off very well, and it's a tribute to them, Ron. From my point of view, yes, I am coaching, yes, I'm doing those other things, but I'm allowed to do that simply because the planning and the organization has gone so smoothly.
There was a playoff problem. All of a sudden, people were trying to figure out what was going on in the medal round, rescheduling and everything else. Can you explain what happened there? Why all of a sudden there was all that confusion?
I think that's regrettable because what happened was that out of our information systems area, they released a schedule, which really was 3 different versions, and it just created all kinds of confusion. But really the IHF and the International Olympic Committee and the organizing committee knew all along that at the end of the preliminary round, February 22nd, we would be going into the discussion about how to schedule the final medal round. And only then would the times of the games be there. Each day, the games would be organized according to the set pairings, but the times would be adjusted really to hit the host country and also to take into account television.
All right, George. Well, this afternoon you coach a college game against Manitoba. George, by the way, also coached Canada to a victory at the Spangler Cup in Davos, Switzerland. Other than that, George doesn't have anything to do. We're going to come up with the second period of our game between Germany and Sweden. That's coming up in a moment, but first of all, we'll take this break.
Running has changed dramatically over the last 10 years, mainly because of what you put on your feet. Now, what science and technology have done for the running shoe, Mega does for the hockey skate. Mega, the first skate bioengineered to work with the foot, providing greater flexibility and faster power transfer. Mega, proven and preferred by hockey superstar Raymond Bourque. Catch up with hockey's breakaway innovation, Mega, at your nearest Micron Mega dealer.
Sean Mason thinks it's time he learned to ski. And his parents know it's time to start saving for Sean's future. Crown Life showed them how with Head Start, a new savings and insurance plan that gave Sean a head start. Saving for college, for travel, for the day he's ready to soar on the wings of his own dreams. Only Crown Life has Head Start, because it's never too soon to get started.
Welcome back to the Saddle Dome with Brad Park and Ron Roosh. I'm Dan Kelly. Second period just underway as Sweden trailing in the game 1-0. Fire it into the West German zone. Rundqvist comes in, but now they're going to rule that West Germany touched the puck first. So we're going to have an icing call against Sweden at a face-off back in Sweden's end of the rink.
Daniel, one thing we have to be careful for this period, if you're cheering for the Canadians, which means you're cheering for the West Germans, and if you're on that side of the fence, you have to be aware that any team that is heavily favored in this tournament, who has not done well in the first period, has been so dominant in the second period and blown games wide open. So I would look for the Swedes to be very, very strong in this period and really go after the West Germans.
Here's Peter Anderson, number 19 for Sweden. Trying to feed it to Mikael Anderson. He dropped it back, but Harold Price is there for Germany. Couldn't clear it out. Now Moline, but it's shot into center ice by Schiller. And now fired back in by Carlson for Sweden. Kretschmer back to get it. Back to the goal. Kretschmer trying to move it out of there. Here's Carlson. At the point to Peter Anderson. Shoots, pad, save, Friesen. Kicked out that left leg. Here comes Carlson again for Sweden. Sweden trailing, but putting on some pressure here. Back to the point. Anderson shot blocked. And back is Price to come up with the rebound after it was blocked into defense. Price into the zone. Trying to drop it back for Schiller. But Sweden work it out, and here's Johansson on a break. Johansson, backhander, Friesen the save, rebound. Cleared away by that man, Price. And then he shot it to center ice. Carlson into Woom, fooling type play. And Friesen right now holding West Germany in the lead. And West Germany will be called for icing on that play.
Well, there's Friesen again. Kid from Winnipeg, resident of Germany now, who, of course, tried out with the New Jersey Devils. Take a look at this. Price was very, very big on a couple of plays. He made the forward hurry a play twice, coming back once and then reaching across the second time.
Here is Kielstrom from the faceoff, shot right on, and there's Mr. Carl Friesen again. Ron mentioned he tried out with New Jersey. As a matter of fact, he played in 4 games with New Jersey back in the 86-87 season, had an out in his contract, and returned to West Germany.
Well, his goals against average with New Jersey, and this may not be a knock on the goaltender, was 7.4. He had a couple of rough outings, but New Jersey, not a good team defensively, and goaltenders pay the price for that.
Yeah, they didn't exactly have Brad Park and Bobby Orr in defense, that club, you know. Here's a clearing play by Gerd Trunchka into center ice. Shot back in by Sweden. Friesen out of the net to work it up on left wing for Gerd Trunchka. Knocked down in center ice by Eriksson. Now Kiesling to Brittig, number 10, back to Kiesling. Kielstrom held it in. Cooling behind the net, centered. Brittig there to take a man out, and then Friesen able to smother the puck. West Germany still hanging on to a 1-0 lead.
I was new in town, kept hearing I'm going to Harvey's and I've been to Harvey's. I wanted to meet this fella, sounded real popular. When suddenly I saw people topping these big, juicy charbroiled burgers, having them this way and that way. Everybody looking real pleased about the entire situation. Well, I never did meet Harvey, but I sure found out why everybody was a-coming and a-going from his place. 'Cause you can get it just the way you want at Harvey's restaurant. It was a beautiful sight.
Play just underway as West Germany dump it into the corner. Eldebrink back to get it for Sweden, leaving it for Rundqvist. And carrying out is Thomas Rundqvist, number 9. Sweden on the attack. Rundqvist over onto right wing. Shot let go by Eriksson, but off a stick. Now centered by Södergren, but intercepted by Fischer, who feeds it into center ice to Rudger. And it's dumped into Sweden's zone. Eldebrink back for Sweden. Ahead in center ice. On the attack is Bergqvist. Centered by Rundqvist. Never got to Bergqvist. And back comes Trunchka, now circled. Number 17, Gerd Trunchka. Nice pass to Kiesling. He poked it into Sweden's zone. Digging in after it is Steiger. They score! West Germany has a 2-0 lead.
Peter Hagen again.
Steiger to Hagen. And West Germany takes a 2-0 lead.
Watch this play as it goes up the ice. This is Kiesling knocking it ahead. Now watch Steiger jump on this puck in front. Hagen goes to the net. This is a guy that has come to life in a few games, and he's been a sleeper in others. But Hagen goes to the net. Watch him redirect this between the legs of Peter Lindmark.
Well, Hagen's got a hat trick in a way. He scored the last 3 goals that the Germans have scored. A goal late or early in the second period against Canada, and then he has turned around now and scored the first 2 goals of this game. And again, we look back at Carl Friesen. He's made the big saves, and suddenly his team is in front 2-0.
Here's Hagen clearing it into center ice. Yom knocked it down, but now stolen by Steiger and cleared in. Lindmark knocked it away. Here's Trunchka in the corner. Back of the net to Steiger. Now to Hagen, centered. And Peter Anderson there to clear it away. Here's Yom, number 14 for Sweden. Into number 12, Mikael Anderson. Centered, came in front. Now, number 14 is Yom. He's bumped by Kiesling on the play. And back goes Steiger, shooting at the center ice. Carlson feeds it up for Yom. In across the line to Sandstrom. Dumped in and then shot right back out by Steiger. Here's Kielstrom. to Erickson, man wide open. Bo Berglund right in, Friesen. Pad save on the short side. Centered, comes to the point to Kielstrom. His shot blocked by Kiesling, and Niederberger fires it out of there.
Well, it sounds like a broken record, but it's Friesen this, Friesen that.
That scoring play, Hagen from Kiesling and Steiger at 3:40. Hagen's 4th goal of the Olympics to make it 2-0. His 2nd goal of this game. Now Kielstrom from the slot with a shot that went wide. Obresa for Germany trying to get it out of there. And he does. Going back is Erickson. And that's going to be icing against West Germany. West Germany leading here 2-0. CTV coverage continues after this.
Coast to coast, shore to shore, we've got what you're looking for.
You're looking at great value when you buy one of these Canadian-made sofas at the Bay. Save $200 on a choice of contemporary styles or this country casual sofa. You'll save $300 on this traditional style, and you'll always find the quality you're looking for.
That's why you believe in the Bay.
Here's play underway. Sweden on the attack. Comes in front of the net, but now Obresa breaks out for Germany. Number 9, Obresa trying to center, got it in front, and fanning on it was Franz. He was wide open in the slot. Back comes Södergren, number 22 for Sweden, to Rundqvist. Number 9, Rundqvist back on the point. Shot let go by Samuelsson. Now cleared as the West German player Schiller didn't see it for a moment.
That kick caught right up in his equipment.
Here's the lead pass to Yam. Wrist shot off the post. Yam hit the post. Södergren a drive wide of the target. Sweden trailing 2-0. Trying to put some pressure on here. And they do hold it in. Here's Yam. In front. Comes back on the point to Carlson. To Eldebrink. Shooting. Side of the net. Södergren. Poked in front. They score. Södergren on a shot, I believe, that deflected off the West German defenseman. And Sweden finally able to beat the goaltender, Carl Friesen.
Well, they even had to work on that one. Södergren all alone at the side of the net. Look at the time he's got here. Now he's thinking about making a play and went off a stick, diving back to try and make a defensive play was Draisaitl, and it came right back. That's about the only way, apparently, they're going to be able to beat Friesen here, this way he's been playing.
Well, you're definitely not going to beat him on a clean shot. He's, when we looked at the last time that the West Germans played the U.S. and they beat the U.S., Friesen was our star, and because he was so cool and calm in the net. And in that last action we had, all the West Germans were running around, 2 guys out to the point, 2 guys to the corner. The only guy that was calm was Friesen, and he got beat by a deflected pass.
Now a pass intercepted at center by West Germany. Schuster cleared it in. A chance on the play for Wolf, but he was checked. Now again, West Germany with Rudger trying to carry through. Lost it, and back on the left wing side comes Mikael Anderson, leaving it for Yam. He drops it to the point. Shot blocked by Ron Fisher. Fisher headmanning to Rudger. Rudger and Fisher, 2 of the Canadians on the West German squad. Rudger stick handling, lost it, and back comes Anderson. Mikael Anderson shoots, pad save, Friesen. Kicked out that left leg again. And then it's shot into center ice by West Germany. Here's Erickson trying to carry in. He gets checked. Fisher pokes it back into the corner to Medikas. Holding in there to Voracek, and now shot over onto the other side. And Gerd Trunska tried to get it out, but couldn't. Here's Medikas. He does clear it out of there. And going back is Kielstrom. That's icing against West Germany. West Germany still leading in this game, but now it's only 2-1. We'll be right back.
Unleash your senses. Discovering the fire within the all-new Pontiac Grand Prix.
again, it was Dieter Hagen. And he had 2 good scoring chances before Lindmark stopped him. West Germany leading 2-1. Here's Hagen. Gets some help on the forechecking job by Steiger. Here's Hagen back to the net. Hagen for West Germany. Carries in front. Tipped away by the goaltender, Stick Lindmark. And back comes Oling into Bo Berglund, but Kiesling was back defensively. Trying to clear it out. Here's Johansson. Shot it across, and away comes Steiger, number 24. He's poke-checked by Samuelson on the play. Now a breakaway pass for Moline. Shot it high and wide. He was in alone and shot it high and wide. Actually, it was Bo Berglund who had the break. Now Rundqvist trying to center. Shot it back to the net. Kiesling there to get it. Cleared away by Trunchka. Now Niederberg fire it out. Rundqvist trying to flip it in. Eldebrink in to get it. And then it's dropped back. That was Eldebrink trying to drop it back. Comes back into Sweden's zone. Here's Samuelson. Breakaway pass for Eldebrink. Eldebrink's a defenseman. The last 2 offensive rushes, he's been up like he was a left winger or a right winger, in deep in the West German zone.
He's had a terrific tournament. Here's a breakaway by Berglund going in and not given any room. Right there was Friesen. Tried to pick that top corner and shot it over top of the net. Bo Berglund, another one of the 2 Swedes that have really caught my eye. Berglund and Eldebrink are the 2.
One of the problems, if you're facing a hot goaltender and you get a breakaway, you don't think you're trying to make the perfect shot. I think that was exactly going through Bo Berglund's mind.
Yeah, you know, you really get into a psychological stage here, and when the goal was scored against them, what you want to do is try and catch Germany back on its heels, feeling sorry for itself a little bit. They couldn't do that, and now, of course, they try to regroup.
Here's Peter Anderson at the point. Blocker saved by Friesen. Now Mikhail Anderson. The Moline centered. Standing on it in front of the net was Yam, and back comes West Germany. Lead pass to Franz, number 28. Back on the point to Schuster. His shot wide of the net. And Peter Anderson cleared it. Now Yam racing after a loose puck, but Price for West Germany. Shot at the center. Moline dropping it back for Kielstrom. Shot up the ice. Now dumped in by Sweden. But there defensively is Kretschmer, number 15. Shot at the center. Back comes Eriksson for Sweden. He gets rocked on a body check. Now, chance. Shot right on by Oling. Friesen stops that. Here's Sandstrom in the corner. Back on the point to Kielstrom. Side of the net to Sudergren. Now to Oling. Sudergren again. Price is there to break that up. And West Germany able to clear it out of there. Kielstrom. Cross on right wing for Eriksson. Dumped in and chasing back is Harold Price. Cleared one. Oling knocks it down. Oling trying to center, but Price is there to flip it out. West Germany can't get it out of the zone. Number 25, Johansson for Sweden. Into the corner. The Sudergren shot. Another shot. Friesen stopped the first. The second shot wide. Eriksson at the point. Friesen a pad save on that. And then under pressure, Schiller clears it down the ice. Sweden right now all over West Germany, but still trailing in the game 2-1. Our CTV coverage continues after this pause.
This Harbeck kid looks good to me, Bob.
Now he's a darling of the fans this year. Look at that fluid motion towards the Rico laser printer.
And watch this move coming up on that Rico copier.
Yes, remember, he was all swivel chair in college.
He does know his office equipment.
His teammates call him Mr. Copier. There's why.
Hold on, Bob. He's attempting to fax one document to 3 cities. Whoa!
Whoa, wait a second. There's a 360. And another. And another. What a show!
I'm looking for a perfect score on this,
That'll
Bob.
endear him to the fans forever. Oh, that's going to cost him.
Judges. Well, the scores aren't too bad. Maybe I'll Rico this year.
8:50 left in this second period. Still 2-1 West Germany. Sweden in this period has outshot West Germany 11-2. Here's Bergquist. Shoots one. Blocker save made by Friesen, who made it look easy. Fischer clears it out of there. And Rundqvist goes back, and that's going to be another icing call against West Germany.
Shots on goal are 11-2, and one of those two shots went in, and that's why Germany has the one-goal lead. There's Thomas Rundqvist, former member of the Montreal Canadiens organization, played a little bit in the NHL, but mostly in Sherbrooke, where they came to a mutual agreement that Thomas should go back to Sweden. He just had his problems in the NHL, mostly the inability to get himself in the open in the small ice surfaces.
A lot of play in West Germany's end of the rink in this period, and this period quickly flying by the way. We're down to 8:24 left in the period. Here's Rundqvist shooting it back of the net into the corner for Eklund for Sweden. Now Bergqvist trying to center. And Schuster comes up with it. He's trying to freeze it on the boards. Here's Bergqvist getting free. To Eklund. Put it through the crease. Rundqvist. Shot. That hit somebody. Bounced wide. Rundqvist thought he had scored. He raised his arms. I guess Friesen got it right at the goal line, but Rundqvist thought he'd score. Here's Eldebrink for Sweden. Up the middle, misses Anderson, and back is Schuster. Over for Kiesling. Back to Schuster. Held in by Yam. His shot handled by Friesen, and now Kiesling couldn't get it out of there. Here's Yam at the side of the net. Back of the net, trying to work it in front. Anderson does. Jammed at by Södergren. Friesen stops that. Yam out in front. It's turned around. Back, shot wide by Anderson, and it goes down the ice.
Dan, I think the West Germans better start playing in the other end, because if they stay there any longer, there's going to be too much snow to get the puck out.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe that's why that shot didn't get behind Friesen. It may have stopped in the snow.
I still can't figure out how it stayed out of the net. It must have hit something and squeezed out the other side. I know Friesen didn't touch it.
The other problem is Kiesling, the last play, the problem is that the West Germans are playing in their own end, so what happens? Kiesling takes it behind his net from the blue line.
Here's Södergren trying to attack for Sweden. Flips it in on right wing. Centered. Oh, wide open was Huling in front of the net, but he never got the pass, and now the puck knocked up over the glass and into the crowd. There's Rundqvist. He thought he had scored.
All right, let's see what happened here now. The puck will come out in front. Now here, he's completely tied up.
It went out the other side, right in behind Friesen. It kind of trickled through his legs instead of going left and going into the post. It went right to the post.
Well, you're hot, you're hot.
The old saying, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Well, he's had a post. Yalm hit the post earlier in this period. He's had that little affair.
Peter Hagen has scored 2 goals for West Germany. Södergren has scored for Sweden, but West Germany leading it 2-1. Here's Kielström into Uling. Shoots, that's deflected and hit the goaltender Friesen right in the chest.
Kretschmer's stick came right in on him. How long is this going to go on? You can't, I mean, Sweden's got to be beside itself right now. They've done everything here. But look at this now, off the stick and deflected in. Kretschmer, number 15, right in front of the net, and is steered right into the chest protector of Friesen.
Now Södergren trying to center. Comes to the right point to Eriksson, but knocked out of there by West Germany. Comes to the West German line. Kretschmer, number 15, has it there. Fired it back, and Eriksson takes over. Dropping it to Kielström, number 5. That's Kielström. Dropped it to Eriksson. Now ahead to Oling, number 11. He's into the zone, and it's shot back out of there by Kretschmer. West Germany holding a 2-1 lead, but they've been badly outplayed in this period. Here's Oling. Over to Håkan Södergren, number 22. Squeezed out of the play. And West Germany trying to clear it. It hit the referee as Schiller tried to shoot it out. But now it is shot down the ice by Kreis. Here's Bronson to get it. Lindmark gets caught out of there, but West Germany couldn't get control of the puck. Brittig centered one. And over on the far side is Eriksson. The Södergren at center, dropping it to Rundqvist. He dropped it back to Eriksson. Fischer knocked him down, and Thomas Eriksson fired it up the middle, intercepted by Rudger. Here's number 12, Rudger, or 22, Rudger trying to cut in. Taken out by Kielstrom on the play. Now Fischer drops it back. Backhand shot, a weak one from the point by Medikas. And here's Bergquist for Sweden. Trying to get it to Eklund. He's skated off by Schuster. And back and clearing it is Medikas. Bergquist shot wide of the net. Fischer can't get it out. Now does kick it out into center ice. Shot back in by Sweden. And going back is Schuster. And then it's called on a delayed offside at West Germany's blue line. West Germany still leading this game 2-1.
0 to 60 in the new Cutlass Supreme. Introducing the new Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Because the only thing we changed is everything. It goes from 0 to 60 people faster than you've ever seen before. Oldsmobile, engineered to spoil you.
With Ron Roosh and Brad Park, Dan Kelly back at the Saddle Dome. Sweden still trailing 2-1, and now Trunska pulls down Molin. And Sweden may get the chance they've been waiting for here. They're going to have a power play. They've already outshot West Germany in this period. 14-3, and now Gerd Trunska to the penalty box. And a power play coming up.
Well, considering the amount of time that the Swedes have spent in the German zone, I'm surprised this is the first penalty. You know, when you're hanging on the way Germany has been throughout this period, you tend to want to grab and clutch and do anything you can to get control of the puck. Here's just the first penalty called.
I think that what you're going to have to see here, the West Germans have been running around when they've had 5 men on the ice. This might be the most organized they are with only 4 on the ice.
Yeah, they won't be able to get face-offs in their own zone when they ice the puck. This may be a help. That's all they've really done in this period. Here's a chance for Eriksson. Now to Eldebrink at the point. Eldebrink fakes the shot. Works it in deeper. Back to Eldebrink again. Shooting. Hit Holding in the seat of the pants. And then it's cleared away. Everything's going right for West Germany.
Well, now the Swedes are starting to get a little antsy about it, and they're hesitating making their plays.
There is a chance for Johansson. Gives it to Bo Berglund. Berglund now tied up on the play. Eriksson comes up to help out. Gets it into the corner. In there is Eklund. Now to Bo Berglund. Sweden on a power play. Eriksson shoots. That's blocked in front of the net. Eldebrink into the corner to Johansson. Back of the net. Berglund shoots. Save made on the short side by Friesen. Eriksson to Eldebrink. And Friesen got a piece of that with his goal stick. And then Steiger clears it away. A minute left in the penalty.
They're seeing a great goaltending performance here. I don't know what the result of this is going to be, but it's really something.
Here's Mikael Anderson for Sweden. Another penalty coming up against Germany as the goaltender Lindmark goes to the bench on the delayed call. Eldebrink shoots, Friesen save, rebound. He stopped Eriksson while flat on the ice. And now as Rudger gets possession, another penalty against West Germany. And just a couple of unbelievable saves again by Carl Friesen.
I'll tell you what a save. I went to the puck. And Carl Friesen's 5'11", 157 pounds, and we're going to have to change those stats because he's 4 foot high and 6 foot wide.
That combination right there is Friesen again. Just, you know, I've seen some great performances. Tretiak through his years with the Soviets. Kiesling's going off here. Jack McCartan in 1960 for the U.S. Olympic team. Jim Craig in 1980 for the U.S. Olympic team. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite. I saw some great performances back in '64 from Seth Martin for Canada. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this, though. As I say, we don't know how this is going to end, but this has been just a one-man show, and Germany continues to protect a 2-1 lead here. And Lindmark had nothing to do, nearly messed it up down in his own end, and one of the rare occasions, the only occasion where Germany's been down in their end.
On the second penalty that they called on Kiesling, Lindmark wasn't even skating to the bench. He was yelling at his players to give it to the West Germans so they'd have the 2-man advantage longer. He was a little ticked off about that.
Well, have a two-man advantage for 34 seconds, but West Germany able to clear it out of there. By the way, Kiesling's penalty is for cross-checking. Sweden trailing 2-1, but with two-man advantage now. Here's Bergqvist. Bergqvist, number 18, to Rundqvist, number 9. Now to Carlson at the point. Other point to Eldebrink. Side of the net. Back to Eldebrink. Side of the net to Sudergren. His shot blocked by Price. Here's Sudergren to Rundqvist. One man back on. Here's Eldebrink. His shot blocked. Rundqvist is back on and has the puck and carries out of there for West Germany. They're just one man short now. And he got upended, and the fans thought a penalty should have been called there, and none was. Sudergren coming back. Centered it. Bergqvist shoots. And a pad save by Friesen. Sudergren centers. Comes to Carlson. That hit Rundqvist and bounces to the corner. 55 seconds left in Kiesling's penalty. Eldebrink shot off a stick. And up high into the crowd with now 50 seconds left in the penalty to Kiesling. 1:35 left in the second period.
This is the most emotional I've seen a crowd here at the Saddle Dome throughout this tournament, and I include Canada's games. I include the controversies when Canada would be involved in something. This crowd is really in this game, and it's all because of him.
Carl Friesen, 29-year-old veteran from Winnipeg. And meanwhile, Trunska was upended on the play. I thought a penalty should have been called, Brad, but none was.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, the referee, everybody, I couldn't even see the reaction from the referee because everybody, the fans stood up and were yelling at him. This is incredible.
Still 42 seconds left in Kiesling's penalty. There's Mikael Anderson leaving it there for Peter Anderson. And he stick handles his way to center ice. Sweden on a power play. Mikael Anderson moving in. Anderson in behind the net. Trying to center. Does center off a skate. Held in by Peter Anderson. Behind the net to Eklund. On the boards for Anderson. We're in the final minute of the period. Peter Anderson shot blocked. And then cleared away by Fisher. 7 seconds left in the penalty. 50 seconds left in the period. Here comes Carlson trying to carry in to Eklund. Penalized player is back on. And West Germany has weathered the storm. And they get a standing ovation here.
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be sitting in a Canadian rink watching a game between Germany and Sweden in which a Canadian crowd would be so involved and Germany would be getting a standing ovation.
Shots on goal in this period. Sweden 17. West Germany 3. In the game, 30-10 for Sweden. But West Germany leads 2-1. Here's Johansson winning a faceoff, but coming up with the loose puck is Niederberger. Trying to clear it out, and now picked up by Trunska. 2-on-1 break. Trunska shoots. Save there by Lindmark on one of the few scoring chances in this period West Germany's had, and it was by one of their top scorers, Gerd Trunska. Now Holing moving in for Sweden. Centered. Sprawling save by Friesen to stop Berglund. And then it trickled wide. More magic from Carl Friesen. Now a break for Steiger. And his shot blocked by Kielstrom at the defense. Trunska in the corner with 5 seconds left. To Steiger. Puck comes to center. Holing racing after it, but that's the buzzer to end the period. Quite a period it was. West Germany, as Holing tries to get into it now with Kiesling at the sound of the buzzer. West Germany still leading this game, if you can believe it, 2-1. With Ron Roosh and Brad Park, I'm Dan Kelly. Here we go with the third period. West Germany leading Sweden 2-1. And this is a game that Canada's paying very close attention to because Canada, to win a bronze medal, needs West Germany to win this hockey game. And West Germany right now with that lead.
You know, there's another little factor that comes into this one. It's an old adage in the game that you get so many scoring chances in a game, and if you don't utilize them somewhere along the line, they just go away on you finally.
Samuelson's shot, rebound try there by Sweden. Friesen slid across, able to freeze the puck. Sweden come right on the attack in the early minutes. By the way, in the second period, Sweden outshot West Germany 18-4.
Another chance. This one was well controlled by Friesen, who kept it on the short side. That rebound to Eldebrink there.
The other thing, Ron, I was going to say was that if you got 8 scoring chances in the second period and 7 in the first, there's no guarantee you're going to get that many in the third.
Here's a wide open man. Bergquist shoots, scores! Bergquist fakes Friesen out of possession, ties this game up at 2-2.
Well, they thought that one would never come, and how in the world did Bergquist get behind the defense? He just floated back. The defense went out to cover the point. Nothing Friesen could do there. I mean, he was just so cold in that one that eventually he had to make a move.
Well, what happened off the face-off, Bergquist was over by the boards, and it's just an easy goal for him. He was over by the boards. He took off behind his centerman. The 2 defensemen picked up people, and the 1 defenseman picked up the guy in front. The other defenseman went and picked up the centerman along with the centerman from West Germany, and Bergquist ended up in front of it all alone, and a very heads-up pass in.
Now Franz trying to center it for West Germany, over to get it is Eklund, and picked up in center ice by Anderson, number 12. He flipped it through, and it slid into the corner off Friesen's goal stick. On the far side, Obresa couldn't get it out. Held in, shot deflected, stopped at the defense, and Kreis for West Germany backhands it out of there. And as number 12, Mikhail Anderson, goes back to touch it, we get an icing call against West Germany. This game tied 2-2. Canada needs West Germany to win.
Where all that's new, design with flair, everything you want to wear.
The Beige Shoe Spectacular has Bay Club, Jeunesse, and Avanti styles at just $19.99 and $29.99 a pair. Updated classics, sporty casuals, and a choice of spring colors. Fashion and quality at great prices.
Your fashion store every day. That's why you believe in the Bay.
Sweden has just tied this game up. Bergquist got the goal, his 3rd of the Olympics. Eldebrink, the assist at the 29-second mark. Here's Uling for Sweden, feeding it ahead to Eriksson. And then coming out is Friesen to grab it as Eriksson and Rudger got all tied up with each other. And we'll get a face-off in West Germany's end of the rink.
Everything's in West Germany's end of the rink as you look there at Thomas Eriksson, former NHLer, 3 seasons with the Philadelphia Flyers. This team is a team that has had trouble beating anybody. They've had 3 ties in the tournament. Look at Canada, who really, when you look at their overall performance, have been better than Sweden. But as Dave King said last night, he said, it's all in your timing in tournament play, and that 1 loss against Finland has just killed them.
Now it is Uling shooting it back to the net. Medikas back to pick it up for Germany. Medikas again. On right wing for Rudger, number 22. Roy Rudger's pass knocked down by Johansson. Eriksson feeding it into center ice. Uling trying to move it ahead for Sweden, and he did. Schuster drops it back to Medikas. He feeds Brittig, number 10. Miss Trunchka with his pass. And back is Kielstrom, leaving it for Håkan Södergren, number 22. Södergren for Sweden, shot right at the goaltender Friesen, and he just took it against the chest and held it.
There's Södergren, his 2nd Olympics now. He's one of the most physical players. Actually, he's had a good tournament, too. One of the most physical players in Sweden, despite the fact he's only 5'9". He's kind of a blocky 187 pounds.
Here's Rundqvist on a face-off with Gerd Trunchka, deep in West Germany's end of the rink. And Trunchka comes up with it. Round to Niederberger. He missed it. Södergren held it in. Bergquist in to get it. To Södergren. Dropping it back, but intercepted, and away comes Steiger, number 24. Steiger for Germany. All tied up by Eldebrink, and back the other way comes Samuelson. He lost it, and here's Trunska for West Germany. Shoots one. Lindmark, who has not had very much work, made a glove save. That's only the 11th shot of the game for West Germany. Here's Bergquist back for Sweden. Dropping it to Rundqvist. Shoots. Stick save, Friesen. And he's able to go to his knees and smother it.
Well, he deals with his 36th shot on goal. 36 to 11, the shots on goal. Makes it 5-0 in this period. It just carries right on, and it continues to be Carl Friesen. The tie, by the way, will not do any good. This one he just popped on and jumped on right away. But the tie will not do Canada any good here. If you're a Canadian fan, you got to be cheering for Germany to score another one.
Here's Ron Fisher from the faceoff. Over to Franz, who tries to get away from Eklund. Pinching in was the Swedish defenseman Carlson. Puck back of the net, cleared out, and here comes Obresa for West Germany. Obresa's pass intercepted by Carlson. And now back of the goal goes Carlson. Over to number 12, who is Mikael Anderson. Now to Yam, number 14. Yam trying to stick handle through. They drop it back. Shot. Friesen a save. Bounced high in the air after the shot was let go by Peter Anderson. Friesen made the original save on that man, Peter Anderson, number 19.
Well, that was a great shot, too. And Friesen, the only thing that I think helped him here is he saw it all the way. Watch number 19. It comes back to him. He's coming in, moving with it. And Friesen reacting quickly. Got the glove out.
16:22 remaining in the third period. There's Peter Anderson, former Washington Capital and briefly a Quebec Nordique. Now Medikas for West Germany. Poking it ahead. Rudger is after it. Rudger trying to move in. Skated out of the play by holding back of the net. And Sweden with Kielstrom try and clear it. Comes back to Eriksson, number 27. Eriksson for Sweden. Up the middle for Johansson. He's checked, and Bridlig shoots it back in for West Germany. Kielstrom back to get it. He's checked. Now Rudger behind the goal trying to center. But Eriksson skated him off and cleared it over the glass out of play. Sweden 2, West Germany 2. We'll be right back.
For proof about batteries that are really going to last, this is the sound to listen for. When you wonder who's giving you the facts about battery life, remember who you've always been able to depend on for long-lasting batteries. Then you'll know the difference between a lot of noise.
Chance for Germany. A shot from the point. Let go by Hagen that was blocked. Hagen now held it in. Here's Hagen at a bad angle. Shoots. Shot it just wide. Niederberger at the point. West Germany with some pressure for a change here in this game offensively. Held in. Centered to Trunska, number 17. Tried to flip it in front, but Rundqvist knocks it down. And back he comes for Sweden. Rundqvist, number 9. Shot at the center. Kiesling intercepts that. Back comes Germany. Penalty coming up to Sweden. Yam will get a hooking penalty. And West Germany will have a power play coming up when we return.
Some people won't settle for the ordinary. Campbell's is donating 5 cents to Canada skaters for every Campbell's proof of purchase you send us.
Night's getting colder.
Soup's on.
Chicken noodle?
Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup.
I love chicken noodle soup.
Once a Campbell's kid, always a Campbell's kid.
Well, we wondered whether the Swedes would ever draw a penalty in this game. Here's Kiesling going down under the checking of Yalm. Somewhere along the line, Södergren wound up with a penalty. Germans will take it one way or the other.
Dennis LaRue is the referee, and I think he got the wrong guy. Yam was the man that we spotted, but he put Södergren in the box. Here comes Kreis trying to stick handle in for West Germany. Got upended by Moline. Fans thought another penalty should have been called, but none was. And here's Ron Fisher, number 7, giving it to Franz, number 28. West Germany on a power play. But right now, having difficulty getting across center ice. Here's Price flipping it in. Digging into the corner is Schiller after it. Actually, it's Franz in there. Back to Fisher. Shooting. Lindmark save. Rebound. Shot wide by Franz. Cleared away by Sweden. Fisher at center ice.
Well, Fisher now playing on the point. He's been playing forward, but he's a defenseman by trade in the German league. They've got him on the point now in the power play.
But a chance for Yam, who should be in the penalty box, but is out there and now drops it back into his own zone to Johansson. And it's shot away by Kielstrom. 44 seconds left in the penalty. Niederberger to Trunska. At center ice, that's intercepted. Back comes Kielstrom for Sweden. Backhander and a pad save by Friesen. Now Hagen, who has both goals for West Germany, moving in. Dieter Hagen centered it out. Comes to Kiesling at the point. Into Trunska. Back to Kiesling. Shoots. Lindmark a save. Trunska the rebound. Another shot high off the glass. Into the corner is Hagen. Tied up by Eriksson, and carrying out for Sweden is Johansson. 5 seconds left in the Swedish penalty. Johansson leaves it for Berglund. Blocker save by Friesen. And now Hagen stick angles out. Sweden back at full strength. Here's Dieter Hagen. Trying to move it in front to Trunska, who was taken out of the play. Steiger back of the net to Trunska. Now to Hagen. To Trunska again. But taken away by Samuelsson for Sweden. Now Niederberger held it in. Drops it to Kiesling at the point. Shooting. Lindmark a save. And he held on to it on a hard shot by Udo Kiesling.
You know, Sweden has played so hard to get their 2 goals. You also wonder about the fatigue factor in a game like this. Germany, meanwhile, has been hanging on, so you also have to look at that side of things. With Udo Kiesling there, very much a factor in a pretty good offensive thrust by the Germans.
Kiesling, 32 years of age, playing in his 4th Olympics.
Says he wants to make it 5.
And he's the captain of this West German squad. 2-2, West Germany and Sweden. Shot by Medikas from the point. Rebound. Brittig comes up with it. Number 10. But cleared out by Samuelsson. And then we get a stoppage in play on a 2-line offside.
You know, the 2 teams on the ice must be having a terrible time trying to figure out what Dennis LaRue, the referee, is going to call and what he's going to let go. It has been a very uneven kind of a refereeing job out there. You don't like to get on referees, but this is the type of refereeing that drives a player nuts.
Well, you're very unsure. You know you're going to take a good penalty, but you don't know if he's going to call a bad penalty on you.
Now Medikas let a shot go high off the glass, and then Brittig ran into the Swedish goal and knocked it loose, and we get a stoppage because of that.
A pretty good collision of the side of the net there, and Brittig sandwiched between the post and the... Remember the old days, Dan, when they used to have that little wee pin that used to go at the bottom of the post? International hockey was the first, of course, to have the removable net, but it came off so easily that all you had to do was tap it a little bit and it lipped out of the ice. This is a much better system with the magnets.
Manfred Wolf losing a face-off to Rundqvist, and here's Bergqvist, who tied the game up. Now Eldebrink able to shoot at the center. Brittig has it there. Back into his own zone to Medikas. The head on right wing for Rutger. Eldebrink took him out. Fans thought he should have had a penalty, but none was called. Medikas pitching in to hold it in. And did. Rutger fires it over onto the other wing. Eriksson for Sweden gets to it first and cleared it. And back is Schuster. He gets checked, and now Medikas has to go back. Over on right wing for Rutger. Roy Rutger loses to Rundqvist. Into the side of the net. Chance for Sweden. Yam getting it in front. but cleared away by West Germany. And here's Hagen. Pass just missed Rudger. Down the ice it goes. Eriksson back after it. That's icing against West Germany. A tie will not help Canada's medal chances. West Germany must win for Canada to get a bronze medal.
Well, Thomas Eriksson at one time was part of the all-rookie team in the NHL back in 1984, but ran into some problems with his coach in Philadelphia when Mike Keenan took over. As he says, the style Mike Keenan wanted and the style Thomas Eriksson wanted were two different things, so Thomas Eriksson went back home. Remember all the trouble they had getting him there in the first place. He wasn't really that enthusiastic about coming to the NHL.
False alarm on the face-off. They'll do it over again between Gerd Trunchka and Mikael Anderson.
That Hjalm, I think, is going to be a pretty good hockey player. Another Flyers draft choice.
He's only 24 years of age. He's been dangerous all through this game. Back of the goal, Niederberger for West Germany. Up the middle for Steiger. Ahead now for Hagen. Couldn't get the shot up, centered it, but cleared away by the Swedish defenseman Karlsson. Trunchka trying to center, did. Comes in front, shot by Steiger, and Lindmark went to his knees to make a save on that. And now puck knocked ahead with a hand pass, and we get a stoppage in play.
Helmut Steiger there. You know, looking at this game, there seems to be an interesting shift in things here. Suddenly, Germany's starting to put the pressure. Through all of the second period and most of the first.
Well, one thing for sure, you always say, you know, your destiny is in your own hands. The Swedes were down. They spent 2 periods catching up, more than 2 periods to catch up in this game. Now the West Germans, who backed off for 2 periods, all of a sudden they said, we're going to get aggressive and attack.
Here comes Oling for Sweden, trying to get around Harold Price. He's checked. And Obresa tries to clear it out and does. Picked up there by Fisher. Ahead to Franz on left wing. Franz near the blue line. Over to the other point. Moving in is Kreis. Couldn't get the shot up. Centered it. Lindmark cleared it away. And away comes Berglund. 2-on-1 break. Only Fisher back. Berglund. They hit the goal post. The shot by Johansson hit the post. On a 2-on-1 break for Sweden. Back comes Kielstrom. Trying to carry in. Kielstrom centered. Came in front. Brittig deflected it. Now Eriksson at the point. Over to Kielstrom. His shot wide of the net. Fisher takes a man out. Now Johansson cleared it behind the goal, and Price for West Germany gives it to Brittig, number 10. Brittig trying to stick handle in. Backhander wide of the target. Over is Schiller to try and get it, but Eriksson feeds it into center ice to Bergquist. Knocked away there by Schuster. Now Rundqvist fell down. And here breaking away is Wolf. Dropping it to Rudger. Shoots! Lindmark just got a stick on that. Rudger with West Germany's best chance of this period. And then it's cleared out by Sweden. Here's Medikas to Schuster. Ahead on right wing to Rudger. Poked back out by Eldebrink. West Germany with just over 9 minutes left. Game tied 2-2. Here's Rudger moving in. His shot blocked by Eldebrink. Eldebrink and Rudger fight for it. And now Södergren breaks out of there. Passing it ahead to Rundqvist. Back is Kiesling. Held in, centered, shot. And a stick save by Friesen on Södergren's try from the left side. Now Yam centered Rundqvist. Couldn't get a stick on it. And West Germany able to clear the zone to center ice. Here's Eldebrink. Trying to shoot it in for Yam. Niederberger there to clear it back up. Here comes Steiger moving in for West Germany. Eldebrink blocked that shot. Rundqvist gets the puck. Back to Anders Eldebrink. Eldebrink, long pass down left wing, comes in. Kiesling hustling back. Yam tied him up. Niederberger comes back to help out. Now in comes Eklund for Sweden. Back on the point. And that shot wide of the target by Peter Anderson. West Germany cleared, and here's Trunchka. Number 17. This is their best offensive line. Steiger, Hagen and Trunchka. Pass to Trunchka for West Germany. He leaves it for Niederberger. Moving it in on the wing for Steiger. He's taken out of the play. Now Steiger in front. Shot Lindmark. Save on the short side there. And Eklund comes up with it. 7.5 minutes left. West Germany 2, Sweden 2. In comes Carlson, ridden out by Niederberger. And Kreis plays it off the board. Steiger shooting it down into Sweden's end of the ring. Game tied at 2-2. Tie won't help Canada. They need West Germany to win. Now a lead pass ahead on left wing. Brantz trying to center. Gets it to Schiller. Now centered out in front, but cleared away, and Eriksson takes over for Sweden. Thomas Eriksson shot at the center. Knocked down by Fischer, who's now back playing defense. He had been a forward for most of this tournament, even though he is a defenseman in the German league. But here in the third period, they have him back playing defense. Now Johansson trying to center. Side of the net, they center. Berglund scores! Bo Berglund, set up by Ulich. And Sweden takes the lead at 3-2 on the goal by Bo Berglund, the 32-year-old veteran.
Well, you can see this one coming as Berglund parked himself just off the post, and he was all alone there. Nothing at all Friesen could do. Defenseman late getting back, and Berglund able to put it in.
Well, a turnover in the West German end. As Fischer went around and wrapped it around the boards, there was nobody over there. It was kept in and worked back towards the net. And a great pass through the goal mouth. And Berglund was just right there jamming it home.
And if you think you've heard of Bo Berglund before, you have. He's 32 years of age. Formerly played with Quebec, Minnesota, briefly with Philadelphia. His fourth goal of these Olympics. Oling and Johansson the assists. 13:27 the time. And now Sweden leading 3-2, their first lead in this game. And West Germany with Manfred Wolf moving out of his own zone. Fired into Sweden's end of the rink. Jam up on the boards, 2 West Germans and 1 Swedish player. Now in comes Samuelsson. Brittig got it loose, but Eldebrink tries to clear it up. And Sweden do shoot it down the ice. Schuster, number 5, back to get it. And that's icing against Sweden. Sweden has the lead, 3-2. Canada needs West Germany to win in this game.
Some people will have more going for them in Calgary than others, because American Express is there already, preparing them thousands of warm welcomes in fine restaurants and stores. And in case they should need emergency cash or help with new travel arrangements or a lost card, we even provide mobile offices. These special people are the people we call members. In Calgary or wherever they are, American Express is there because membership has its privileges.
Well, we're down to 5:56 remaining. West Germany trailing now 3-2. In order for Canada to get a bronze medal, they have to get West Germany to win this game. If Sweden wins or ties, Canada will not finish in the medal or in the top 3. And there's a chance by Steiger moving in on the left side.
And he was trying to pick a spot there next to the post. A pretty good shot he let go. And Lindmark, who can be very good in his own right, he hasn't had a lot of work in this game. But here that was not an easy shot to deal with. Lindmark looked like he may have been back on his heels a bit.
He was. You know, the interesting thing is you figure the Swedes are such a strong team. They should be controlling this game from one end to the other. When they were behind, they controlled it. But now that they're ahead, they don't seem to want to control it. They're going to sit back a little bit. That could be a mistake.
Well, the fact is that in this period, it has not been as lopsided. Germany's had its chances here. What they need now is a bounce.
Their big offensive line is out there now with Trunchka, Hagen, and Steiger. And back to get it is number 19, Niederberger, who's on defense with Kiesling. Niederberger, no one to pass it to, just shot at the center ice. Carlson fires it back in for Sweden. In to get it on the boards is Yom. Shot it around behind the net, and Niederberger beating it to Dieter Hagen. He's had both of the West German goals, has Hagen. Now Yom intercepting, dropping, and here's Lars Molin. Shooting it in. Niederberger back to get it. Now Eklund behind the net. Number 4 for Sweden. Trunska knocked him down. Trunska trying to come up with the puck. Did, but ran into the referee, plus a Swedish forechecker, Molin, and they got a stoppage in play. Well, I guess it's about that time of the day that we start going with the ifs, ands, and the buts.
Well, the fact is, and we've said it before, if Germany loses this game, Canada is out of the medal round. If there's a tie here, we could wind up in a three-way tie for second place, which would be the identical situation as the 1964 Olympics in Innsbruck, when Canada was pushed out of a medal by goals for and against. That system still exists. That was the third method of tie-breaking that particular year. If Sweden wins, they will move into silver medal position. And everything will then hinge on the Finland-Soviet game. And if Finland and Soviets, if the Finns win it, they'll get the silver. If the Soviets win it, then Sweden will get the silver and the Finns will get the bronze. There'll be a penalty called here.
A penalty coming up, and we'll be right back with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Bauer knows that skating performance comes down to this marvel of engineering. That's why Bauer Supremes are made to fit like they're one with your foot. Through innovations like Flowlight custom fit ankle pads, Superfeet anatomical footbeds, and the exclusive form-fit tub. Now, Bauer introduces the revolutionary Dynaflex system, designed so the new Bauer 2000 moves like you move and breaks in without breaking down. Bauer Supreme Custom 2000, fit for performance.
Well, Canada needs some help if they're to qualify for a medal.
Watch the hand here of Eklund. As he reaches, pulls the stick out of the hand of Schiller and throws it away. He got a penalty for that and then tried to hide in the bench. The reason he was so slow getting into the penalty box.
A holding penalty against Eklund. Sweden leading 3-2. I was about to say Canada needs some help here, and let's hope West Germany can help them with a power play opportunity right now with 4:32 to play. The big offensive line of Trunska, Hagen, and Steiger out there, although Steiger has dropped back as a point man, and they work it over to him. Here's Helmut Steiger, number 24. Fires it in. Eldebrink back to get it. Shooting it out, Niederberger fires that into the corner. Held in by West Germany, but back is Eldebrink. Niederberger at the point, but he couldn't hold it in, and Rundqvist beats Eldebrink. 2-on-2 break for Sweden. Eldebrink couldn't get the shot off. Now just cleared it in. Here's Hagen at center ice for Steiger. Steiger to Hagen. Hagen gets checked in the play by Rundqvist, and the veteran Kiesling has to go back. Ahead for Niederberger. Now to Trunska. Ahead to Hagen. Hagen dumps it in. Comes to Kiesling at the point. Couldn't hold it in the zone. Sweden cleared out, and Niederberger has to hustle back. He dropped it back to the goaltender, Friesen. Now to Trunska. Now to Niederberger. Back to Trunska. West Germany with 50 seconds left in Sweden's penalty. Trunska for Steiger. Back to Kiesling. Into Steiger. Back of the net. Carrying out in front, Trunska. And the shot by Kiesling deflects and goes over the glass. 3:03 left in the game, 31 seconds left in Eklund's penalty for Sweden.
I mentioned the shots on goal and the whole offense changing a bit. The shots on goal still favor Sweden in this period, but only 9-6. So there's been more offense from Germany. Now they got to find a way to beat Lindmark.
Face-off is going to be about 15 feet inside the Swedish blue line. 31 seconds left in the penalty to Eklund. Won by West Germany. Fischer at the point to Kreis. Lindmark to the knees to stop that. Now dropping back to Kreis again. Shooting. Deflected. Loose in front. And covering up on it was the penalty killer in front of the net, I believe, Rundqvist. As now they unpile a good chance there by West Germany, however.
That's what a low shot will do for you, Brad.
It does. It creates a lot of confusion. And the Swedes are very lucky that Rundqvist, it ended up under them because they had sent two guys out to the point. The shot got back into the net where there was 3 West Germans and only 2 of the Swedes. And they're very, very fortunate on that one.
Face-off. Coming up to the left of Lindmark. Ron Fisher at the point. To Price. Moves in, shoots, just shot it wide. Low wrist shot. Fisher now moving in. Now we got a stoppage in play and a penalty coming up. I believe against Schiller, and he throws his glove in disgust. We'll be right back.
She was 6 when this was taken.
The only photo of a missing
That's
child.
all that we have.
Don't worry. This way, please.
What does she look like today?
There you go, Betty. She'll take care of you.
In an experimental project with the Metro Toronto Police, technology from IBM is helping age their pictures.
She's got fangs.
It used to take me 80 hours to draw this.
Where was it developed?
Now it only takes 30 minutes.
It's her.
Yeah.
In Canada, by IBM.
Well, Brad, you spotted 2 penalties in front. Right there's one.
But he
There's
calls
2.
this one right here. Referee's only got 2 eyes.
Schiller gets the call. It's holding. Each team a man short. But when Eklund returns in 3 seconds, Sweden will have a power play. We're down to 2:30 left in the game. And now the penalized player Eklund is back on. Sweden leading 3-2, and with the man advantage, here's Yam, number 14, into Moline. Moline center. Backhand try. That's grabbed by Friesen as Anderson let the backhander go. We're down to 2:16 to play. Things not looking good for West Germany, and as a result, for Canada as well.
Well, for Canada, West Germany must score 2 goals. But for Germany, a tie here would be like a victory for Carl Friesen, if nobody else. Mikhail Anderson. This is his first major tournament was the World Championship, so his first World Tournament, he won a gold medal. Could come out of here with a silver. That's not bad for 2 tournaments.
Eldebrink into the corner. Sweden with Bo Berglund. Back to Eldebrink again. Now to Berglund. Return to Eldebrink. Shooting. Friesen got a stick on that. We're in the final 2 minutes of this game. Sweden leading 3-2 and on a power play. Bo Berglund to Eldebrink. Back to Berglund. Eriksson at the other point shoots. That hit a stick and went wide. Berglund has it again. Into the corner for Johansson. To Berglund. Sweden just taking their merry old time. They have enough goals to win this one. They're leading 3-2. And if it ends up this way, Canada is eliminated from finishing in the top 3. Here's Berglund into the corner now for Johansson. Back on the point to Eldebrink. Return to Johansson. Now Eldebrink again moves in. Shooting. That deflects wide. Trunska comes up with it. Trunska trying to move it out of there. Johansson ties him up. And we're down under a minute left here. With number 2 Eldebrink controlling for Sweden. To Eriksson, back to Eldebrink. And Sweden about to move into second place in this tournament as they clear down the ice and will be called for icing just as the penalty expires against Schiller. Now only 40 seconds left for America.
All right, here is the point situation. Soviets have 8. Sweden with a victory here, if they get the victory, will have 6, and Finland and Canada will have 5 each. And now, are we going to call Friesen over to the bench?
I don't want to say that the crowd here is trying to call the shots, but I'm watching the West German bench. and there's about 4 guys behind the bench. They're calling Friesen out of the goal, and they're giving the referee the timeout sign.
Well, you got 18,000 coaches in this building today. 18,000 referees. Let's listen down there. We can't understand a word, of course. Well, as I said, Sweden will move into second place in the tournament with 6 points, 2 behind the Soviets, who have already wrapped up the gold. Now, Finland and the Soviets will play this afternoon. Finland and Canada are tied at 5 points each. However, Canada lost to Finland. That's the reason why Canada won't have a shot at the bronze. Those 7 minutes. We keep talking about those 7 minutes against Finland.
40 seconds left in this one. 3-2 Sweden. 6 attackers for Germany now as they take off their goaltender, Friesen. Now, a tie will help West Germany. It won't help Canada. Canada needs West Germany to win to qualify for bronze medal finish. Let's see how Trunska can do with Rundqvist on this face-off. 6 attackers for West Germany. Now some jabbing with sticks off to the side, and we're going to get some penalties here.
Our friend Udo was in the middle of that, wasn't he?
Oh, it was Ron Fisher
27 blue,
and Thomas Eriksson.
Send them both off. 27, you heard the referee there. 27 going for Sweden is, of course, Thomas Eriksson. And Ron Fisher. 2-minute minors.
It gets a little testy in that pit in front of the net, especially, you know, late in the game like this, and with the score the way it is. Everybody's got an assignment. The first thing that the West Germans have to do is win the draw. The second thing is not let any of the Swedes get out to the point man. They've got to hold them up for a split second so the point man's got time to shoot it. It's kind of almost like a screenplay where you hold the guy, you let him go, and then you go to the net if there's a rebound.
They're going to try and get it to Steiger at the point, but so far haven't. Now Hagen has the puck, does get it back to Steiger. Shoots, and that was blocked by Bergquist and bounces to center ice. Steiger over to Niederberger, who shoots it in. Cleared away by Lindmark. Bergquist in the corner, gets it to Eldebrink. On the other side, fired down the ice at the open net by Carlson. It misses, and that's icing. And 14 seconds remain, and West Germany will get another face-off in Sweden's end of the rink. This time they move Hagen back as the trigger man, with the face-off in the other circle. 14 seconds left. Trunska against Rundqvist. Trunska gets it. Hagen cuts in front, goes to his backhand, works in deeper. Now couldn't get it center. And it's Rundqvist clearing it out of there with 4 seconds left. And that's going to do it. Sweden comes from behind to defeat West Germany 3-2 and upset Canada's plans of a bronze medal victory.
Well, Hagen is really giving the referee heck over on the other side. He really upset because he was dumped to the side of the net as he was cutting around. But as you see, Sweden outplayed Germany, and but for Carl Friesen, it would have been a walk-away by 7, 8, 9, count them, 10, 11. The final shots on goal were over 40, 42-18. That tells you the kind of game that Carl Friesen had. And there's Peter Lindmark, who was in the Swedish goal. And against Sweden, Germany, had they beaten Sweden, would have allowed Canada to back into a bronze medal. They nearly got that miracle in the person of Carl Friesen, who was making all of the big saves, including a couple by number 27 at the side of the net right here. What a terrific game he put in. 42-18 were the shots on goal, and Sweden could only win the game 3-2. And the winning goal came on this play as number 7, Ron Fisher, who was back on defense for the first time in the tournament, ran into his own teammate and was late getting over, and Bo Berglund wound up scoring the winning goal. Well, Carl Friesen has had an opportunity to relax a little bit after a tough day at the office, as it were. They came on pretty strong, the Swedes.
That's right. They really came out firing. We're happy with the way we played, and we're happy with the Olympics.
You know, it was almost like a home game out there. You're a Canadian, of course, but the fans were so much behind you.
I can't say enough about the fans tonight. They were just unbelievable. You know, the standing ovation they gave us after we killed off that 5 against 3. I mean, I was getting goosebumps. It's just one of the most precious memories I'm going to have, you know, in all of hockey.
You come into this game, and I mentioned during the telecast, you play for yourself and your teammates first, but was there any thought about Canada when you're coming into this and what a win would mean to Canada?
Sure. I mean, we all knew that a win would put Canada in the, you know, a third place with the bronze medal. And being born in Canada and being raised in Canada, I was hoping to do that. You know, we wanted to do that. I mean, the last period we gave up 2 goals and we lost the game, but yeah, I would have liked to see Canada win that medal.
What's in store for you now?
Well, we go back to Germany tonight. We fly out tonight to Frankfurt, and I go on to Munich, and we start the playoffs on Friday, so it's still a long haul for us.
Well, Carl, Canadians will never forget your name. I think you just put in one of the great performances, goaltending performances in Olympic history, and we're certainly pleased to have been able to witness it.
Well, Calgary just put on a great job with the Olympics, and you know, just there's nothing more we can say about that. They've just put on a terrific show.
Carl, good luck to you. Thank you.
Now to this game between the Soviet Union and Finland.